Here we are. Let's go. It's Hot Take Wednesday. It got you moving a little bit. Got your blood
Hey,
flowing. Hey,
hey,
let's go. What's good? What's good? What's good?
man.
Fam,
That,
y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. I'm here with Rob the Man Media. Let's go.
man, we
Jennifer in the
back with
building. What's
another
happening?
one,
Let's
man.
go.
Hey, y'all know how we get down. It's Hot Take Wednesday. We in the building. Let's go, baby. Let's
Let's
go.
start with the hottest take. We couldn't even get on here before they started with the hot take. So what we got coming up? We got breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Connecticut Sun have named Rashid Meziane. Meziane? I have no idea how to say his name. As their new head coach, the team announced. He coached the French women's basketball club, Villeneuve. I'm not even going to try it. And has served as the head coach for Belgium women's basketball in FIBA competition. Rob, what do you think?
Bro, I'm blown away. I am like legit blown away that Connecticut like went and got an overseas coach. Like, just think about it. The last two coaches that's been hired in the WNBA both have come from the collegiate ranks. And for the Connecticut Suns to go overseas and go get somebody, that's
Overseas.
it's mind blowing. So it just shows to me that the Connecticut Suns are about to really go into a different direction. Like they look like they about to blow up their roster. They about to go with a lot of because see now that you're getting an overseas coach, guess what he's gonna want?
Overseas players, international players.
He's gonna want the
Absolutely.
skill. He's gonna
Well,
want
if we
skilled
look at
players.
how the draft went, they said what they gave 4 spots out the first round
Yeah.
with international 3 or 4 spots. So listen, the international is coming. Um, Poa doing the suit about the NIL for the international players. Like everything is kind of rolling. It's kind of starting to get rolling all at the same time. It's exciting, but I guess what I don't I get. So you sent it to me, and I had to do a double take. Like what?
Yeah.
What? I can't wait to talk about this, but it made me wonder: did college coaches turn it down, or did they not go talk to any college coaches? Because as a college coach, if you look and see what happened to like a Teresa Weatherspoon, you might take a pause, like, oh, I don't know if I want to jump from where I'm at right now. This is comfortable. This is familiar. I'm in charge. This is secure.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I would be interested in like who they. I don't know if we ever find out like who they interviewed or anything like that. But still,
I think
um,
it's a smart idea because he's used to dealing with professionals, right? And you're talking about coming off the French team, they not really getting paid, you know what I'm saying, to play for their country. It's to represent their country. Now, they gonna
mhm.
take care of them on the back end some way, somehow. But like you're dealing with professionals, right? When you talk about a college coach coming to professional, you going from hey, I got control of you to you not having no control when you get to the WNBA. Like you can say what you want to say, but I get paid to play basketball at professionally, and you're not going to talk to me any way you want because this is not your university. You don't have no
Right.
control to dictate a lot of these things. So I like the move, but it just something is about to spiral with the move. And so when you look at the landscape of how this all plays out, Connecticut is about to go into a different wave. So that means Bonner is probably going to be gone. Thomas is probably going to be gone. Bree Jones is probably going to be gone. Like, they finna go into a
So
whole different new
okay,
direction.
okay. So it's bonjour oui oui. I got to work on my French. It's getting international in Connecticut. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Could you imagine? Can you imagine? Especially, I don't know if he gets to bring like his own staff. I'm sure he gets to pick some people to come with him.
Yeah.
The scout that they're gonna have on the international talent.
It's a
The
wrap.
the the. Oh, listen, a very
Hey,
international team. It looks like, and Mohegan Sun ain't a bad place to have an international team, right?
yeah.
You got all kind of people coming through there.
Here's the weirdest thing, though, is that when you really look at, like, all the teams that could have picked somebody like that, Connecticut Suns make the most sense. Because don't nobody want to go to Connecticut anyway. So it makes the most sense if you're going to bring somebody from overseas.
Okay.
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
Indiana. I think
But
Indiana's a harder sell, but I know Caitlin is there, so that might make it a little harder to, might make it a little easier to swallow that one. But because you got that star there, but oh
just
wait,
think about the
goodness.
just think about the word travel that you got to go to get to Connecticut just to play a basketball game. Like, think about that. And then when you talk about the overseas players get to come in younger than the college players do. Nobody
And
plays
more
that
experience.
part.
And more experience.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that. Like Luka was getting up at like 13, 14, going to be a professional.
It's
Like
facts.
he's over here like this is nothing new to him. This is why he can drink a beer after the game and whatever his little ritual is. Like he's been doing this. This has been his life. Rewind. You say Messerman to the WNBA. Yes. Like hey, Marine Johannes, are you ready to come back? Paul was told to stop that nonsense.
Listen,
She
you
back
about
to school.
to,
Stop
you
it.
about
Don't
to.
do that.
You can guarantee Gabby Williams. That's what she headed. That's what she headed.
You think so?
That was her coach. He coached the French team.
Okay.
In the Olympics.
I mean, yeah, I know, but I mean,
man, listen. Why would you not go play for him? Seattle ain't doing nothing for you. It don't make sense for her to play in Seattle. They don't. The pieces don't fit.
So does Carrington stay? Is he interested in keeping Carrington, or does that mean Carrington's out of there?
Man, if I can get Gabby Williams, who upgrades, who's bigger, I would keep both of them. I like Carrington. I really do like Carrington. I feel like she should be starting. Now, she don't always come with the right mindset into games, but when she's on, she's on. But Gabby Williams, she about
lock
to
it up when she on. It's on.
She finna be there starting 3 at Connecticut. You can book that one. I don't see her starting.
She had only signed for the rest of the year, I think. Anyway, so
yeah,
there's that.
You could just see the calculated moves how things are being added, and so like you got to think about anybody that played on that French team that played in the WNBA. They more than likely gonna go to Connecticut because they already know the coach.
Okay,
now I know Currency, she want to go play for another team. I just don't know if another team will go get her. That's the thing.
Okay. And you say Bonner's out, Thomas is out. Who else is out?
Bree, the starting center. She out of there.
You say Bree gone too. Wow. Wow.
Man, he can go get all his international team from France to play on that team. Now, most of his international team they were backups. They were role players. But they're gonna play for each other. That's the difference. So you got a great chance to, and you can go get you a star player, in the draft.
How quickly do they compete?
Pieces. Yeah.
How quickly do they compete? Do they compete right away?
I can tell you one thing they do. They will, because what he's gonna bring to the table is he's gonna have more action in his offense. He's gonna make you play basketball. So if you one of them teams that like to play a little ISO basketball, yeah, you ain't playing against Connecticut. They gonna play.
And I don't know much about him. Like I don't know much about him. I watched the French team that played us in the Olympics. They played us tough. You know what I mean? They was scrappy. They was gritty. That's what I think their style of play is. Will it make it a destination for players that free agents?
Connecticut's always a hard sell for free agents. That's just what it is, because the people don't like to travel to Connecticut. I think he's gonna make it easier. He's gonna make it easier for foreign players, for overseas players. He's gonna make it easy destination for American players to sell them. You would have to play for him or one of your teammates that played overseas. Like anybody that plays overseas, it might be an easy selection for them because they know what he brings to the table. But if you ain't never went against him or played for him overseas, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be hesitant. But there's gonna be some surprise WNBA players that haven't played for him that's gonna pick Connecticut. But Connecticut's about to blow this thing up. You can just you see the writing is on the wall. They're about to blow this thing up. Hey MJ, MJ, I thought it was a false alarm too until Connecticut they retweeted it, they posted it. So I'm like, hey, what we talking about?
It's official like a referee whistle. Let's go. First international coach. I didn't see that coming. But like I said, I'm really interested in, was it no college coaches, no assistant coaches that they were interested in, or they were interested in that job, especially when you say Connecticut is such a hard sell, right?
Yeah.
Because I think you got to travel to Hartford and drive and then get on a horse and then walk the rest of the way. Something like that. It's weird how you get there.
You know the next team I will keep my eyes out on is Seattle. I don't know if their head coach is going to be around too much longer.
what was her? She said she was on borrowed time or something like that. She made a comment
Well,
like that.
they're doing an investigation on her right now.
Even before that,
Yeah.
she made it seem like she was on borrowed time or something weird going on there. So maybe
Yeah.
the writing was kind of already on the wall. She had a feeling.
Yeah.
So then I had to ask this question: what does that mean for uh black female coaches in this league going forward?
It's tough.
We didn't see any get hired.
Well, I mean, it's still job openings right now. Don't get me wrong, it's still job openings. I just the hardest thing to sell is who's like most who can you go get that these professional women trust in a standpoint. Think about the women that were hired and the ones that got fired in a situation. They were former WNBA players, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they coach people like how they played and not to how the generation is now.
Okay.
And so when you look at you trying to break a barrier of, well, my teammates did this, my team played like that, and they don't have that connectivity with the team. So you're gonna have to go get somebody they respect, but also can connect with the team. Like when you see these black head coaches in the league, it's like they there, but it's like they just a placeholder. Like you got to ask yourself, do you really want to go play for this coach? And that's the part is they're not hiring the right black coaches to be put in place, and it sounds bad, but they're not hiring the right head coaches to put in place. They just hiring them because there's a former WNBA. They play for the franchise or something connected to the franchise, and they just doing some respect just to give them an opportunity. Okay. But the ones that really should have had the opportunity to coach them are in college. But the question is, the WNBA franchises have been so scared to reach out to these people because they don't know how they're going to react to going into the WNBA. But when you look at the brands of it, right, nobody's ever called Dawn Staley. We know she's not leaving South Carolina. I'm not even going to put that in the atmosphere. But nobody.
People act like it all the time. I don't think that she's leaving either.
Yeah,
but people like to have that conversation.
Yeah, but I mean, if you just think about it, if you got a team like I'll just take Dallas, right? This me just saying this, right? With the talent that y'all had, why wouldn't y'all be calling Dawn Staley? Somebody that's used to coaching talent, that can wield the truth, that can that's just my mindset thinking like. A lot of times we put these coaches in situations and they never coach this type of talent, collegiately or professionally. But we give them these opportunities, and it's like, what we doing? And then when they fail, everybody looking like, man, what happened? You put somebody in place that ain't never did it. So this is the results that you get every time. Why do you think Connecticut failed? Because every time Connecticut hired a coach that ain't never got the job done. That's just the truth of the matter.
Is there a number that you could throw at Dawn? Right? I don't even think that there's a number that you could throw at her. That brings her to your organization.
The only way you're hiring Dawn Staley, and this is me being honest, give her a blank checkbook, whatever you write your own check, but I got to give you full power control of this team. I'm just the owner. I got to give
you might have to put your franchise in South Carolina too.
Listen, I don't understand why nobody's ever thought about putting a franchise in South Carolina.
It makes sense, right? You got one by Stores, you got one by UCLA, you got by UCLA, USC. Like where these power schools are, it makes sense because then it helps bridge those fans into the dub.
But just think about this, right? Everywhere where there is a rich talent of female basketball, or there's a rich talent of attendance for female basketball, they don't have teams there.
Yeah, well, you wonder who's on that planning crew, but
we're trying to listen. We're trying to expand the places where come on, dog. Like go to where the population is telling you to go. The research is already been done for you. But we trying to recreate where to put franchises at. No, just put them in a place where it's popular at. And it
Absolutely,
sells itself.
absolutely. It absolutely sells itself, and I think that's what people have to realize. For the people that are fans of the game, they're gonna find the game. Look how we look for it on these streams. We go on 19 different streams to watch these games. Wherever y'all put it, we find it. Under a rock, we gonna get it.
Yeah.
So put it in places, make it easier for us, and it works out better for them. They leave money on the floor like that. I absolutely agree.
It's mind blowing. But then you think about it and be like, all right, we gonna go to Canada. We gonna input Canada in before we go to South Carolina. We got a bigger presence in South Carolina. We got a bigger presence in Tennessee. But we gonna go to Canada first. We got a bigger presence in Colorado, but we gonna go to Canada first. Like,
well, is Canada about getting that Canadian talent? Is it about that Canadian talent? Like I just saw something where I seen a video where it was like, looked like they got 3 or 4 dunkers, female dunkers coming out of Canada over the next few years.
What does it matter?
Is it about that international talent?
What does it matter? They're not in the league right now.
All I can say is future planning. When by the time Toronto comes online, maybe they will be ready. I think it's like you said. It's about being able to have access to that international talent. I think that's the way that it's going. And people are trying to get a lock on that talent is whatever way they can. I think.
But see, the thing that I love about it, the class, these next 3 classes is going to shape the WNBA into a better place, and it's going to force some NBA franchises to start expanding the WNBA, and it's already starting to happen now, where these owners are starting to gather up their money and say, "Hey man, I gotta give me a WNBA team." You're starting to see that now. So the WNBA is about to explode because the talent level in college right now, it's like, come on, dog. Some of these kids should be already in WNBA and balling. But you can't.
I had money to pay these kids at the spots to give them a real job.
Right.
I'm not walking away from my NIL. You could lock me in.
Yeah, but you can't expand too fast because you got to be able to have the product.
Absolutely.
So I can
a great product.
Yeah, because there's talent overseas that can come here and ball out right now in the WNBA, but there ain't no room for them. All these players that's been draft stashed that's in the WNBA that they got stashed overseas, they can come over here and ball right now. They don't got no room for them. And then when you start looking at the WNBA, you start looking at their benches. It's like, come on, dog. Why do we got this girl on the bench when we got somebody overseas that play better than her?
So I gotta ask this question before we get too far away from the coaches. Teresa Witherspoon, what was your assessment on her this year? Did you see her getting fired?
She was just in a bad situation all the way around. Like, she had no control over nothing. She didn't have control over, who they brought in on the roster. You got your first time. I mean, you got your star. You got your superstar. You got to find a way to mess with her. I don't care what's going on. You got to find a way to mess with her. But I think what they did was, it was from the get-go, it was too much ego on that team from the get-go. That's what the real problem was. It was too much ego on that team from the get-go. And they waited so long to trade away the ego of the part of the team that you took your best player, arguably your best player, your best scorer, you took her from off the bench and put her in the starting lineup, right? Mm-hmm. But when you look at the team overall, the way they built that team, it didn't make sense from the get-go. Like, I like Angel Reese, I like Cadoza playing together, but you need shooting around them. The team was poorly constructed from the standpoint.
You don't think because Mabry didn't want to be there, or because you don't think Mabry's a shooter?
Mabry's one of them type of people. She ain't trying to deal with rookies. She ain't trying to deal with. She want to be on a veteran team because she want to play with people that understand the game of basketball, that the freelance where she can go do her thing, and you can see how happy she was to be in Connecticut at times than what she was in Chicago. Because she got to be herself. She didn't have to try to be this leader, right? Because at the end of the day, you try to make her become the leader, and she ain't trying to be the leader. She just want to come in, shoot the basketball, play her game, get the hell up out of it.
I absolutely agree with that.
Y'all want her to babysit, right? Oh man, watch what Angel Reese doing and watch what Kennedy doing and try to control it. Like, man, they ain't trying to hear all that, man. Them girls want to go out. They want to go hoop, be at the club, and come back and come hoop again. Like, that's what they want to do.
They definitely wasn't gonna relate to her as the leader. I agree with that.
Correct.
But if they had another leader there, and they allowed her to go into the role like where she ended up, she could be a shooter for you.
Right.
Now, speaking of Connecticut, does she stay?
Knowing what's open, if I'm hurt, this is just me personally. If I'm hurt, I don't stay because I know I can
Okay.
go on. I know I can. Like, if I'm hurt, I'm just thinking back, like, man, listen, check this out. I know I can go to the Aces and go hoop and be myself, and I'm gonna get shots.
You think so? You like her at the Aces?
Listen, because the the reason why I'm saying the Aces is because the Aces don't even know what Plum's gonna do right now. Plum has been all over the place. Was ever since
Plum is
Plum
gonna
didn't
be
went
a Falk, I think.
ever since Plum did start going through like her divorce with her husband, her mind's been gone. Her mind's been gone. So they don't even know where she's at right now in the headspace. That's the perfect, like, getting a Mayberry is a perfect replacement for that because you get bigger, you replace the same shooter, and she's gonna give you a little bit more production. And so you move Jackie Young to the 2 now. You put her at the 3. You're a little bit bigger now, so you can play. You can maneuver some stuff.
Okay.
Defensive
Okay.
wise,
Interesting.
listen. Defensive
Interesting.
wise, when you think
That's
about Plum,
interesting.
you think
Ooh.
about Mayberry. What are you really losing? Mayberry's a
But
little
that's the
bit better.
point. But ain't that the point? You want to get better at defense because J.O. was having to play defense for herself on Kelsey player score
Yeah.
on the other side of the bench, and then if she so happened to be out there with Chelsea too, she was kind of having to cover some of that area for Chelsea. So goodness gracious, let's get J.O. some help.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm not comparing Mayberry to Plum. What I'm giving you is in the team setting what they bring, right? Plum Plum is one of those players. She can go get you 30, but also she can give up 30. Like that's just the nature of the game. But what I'm saying to you is when you look at Mayberry and Plum, you know what I'm saying? You actually get better offensively and defensively if she went to the Aces. That's all I'm saying.
Mm. I hope that she don't. I hope that's not her
I'm not,
final landing spot.
but listen, I'm not saying she's going there, but I'm saying this is me speaking. If I'm Mayberry, I'm going to the Aces because I
Or
know
at
I
least
got to,
trying to get there. At
huh?
least trying to get there. I hear you. At
Yeah.
least trying to get there. Okay.
Because listen, guess what?
Wow.
I know I'm gonna be in a situation where we can go win a championship. I know we got a superstar, so I ain't gotta be that. I know we got a
Right.
point guard that can find me to help me get shots, so I ain't gotta create shots.
Okay.
You got the point guard, and then I got another big time player that you taking another load off of her where Jackie Young could be more fresh. Man, I'm trying to go to the Aces, dog. You crazy.
Now I really was thinking of Fever.
I think the Fever gonna end up getting
But I also thought Kelsey was leaving. When I was thinking Mayberry, I had Kelsey leaving. Kelsey looked
Nah,
like she
I
gonna
don't
be
think
there.
Kelsey gonna leave, but I think they gonna get Satu Samley. That's what I think the Indiana's gonna get.
Really? Why? 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 Why there? The way she was out there with the confetti in New York, I thought Satu was on her way to New York. I thought
No, she ain't
I
gonna
thought
go
she was
there.
on her way to New York.
Nah, she ain't gonna do that. I think she's on the way to New York because I end up thinking Indiana's gonna trade Smith away. I just think they're done with her, and so that's the perfect replacement for Smith. You gonna upgrade everything around you, rebounding, offensively, defensively. You gonna upgrade. Smith she's run her course in Indiana. That's what it is.
Okay. So where does she end up?
That's a good question. Cause she got a lot of options, right? Cause I still want to see what Seattle does because the pieces with Seattle. They gotta do something with that team, construction wise. I just don't know what they're doing up there in Seattle. Um, I don't know what they're doing out in Atlanta. That just blows me what the hell going on in Atlanta right now. Um, she probably want to play with her girlfriend, but I don't see that happening in Connecticut. New York would not be a
Okay.
good fit. Dallas, that's still chaotic down there too. A lot of these teams are in shambles. Like you don't know what they're doing. So
Exactly.
for So for Smith, it's kind of one of them weird spots.
Do you see it settling after the expansion draft? Like at some point they got to lock in.
Listen, I know you're gonna have to give up more for Smith for something. I already know that. Listen. You could take the next 2 first-round draft picks because guess what? First-round draft picks in the WNBA really don't mean nothing because more than likely they're gonna get cut anyway. So you can give up the next 2 first-round draft picks
after number 8. After number 8,
it don't mean nothing.
I'll say that.
So if you're winning, guess what? You're gonna have 8 or higher. So get rid of it. Don't mean nothing. All right, get that away. What was your question? Sorry.
Out the chat. You seen something out the chat?
I was reading about the chat. Yeah, Howard. I don't think that's a good fit for Howard.
You don't think Atlanta's a good fit for Howard?
The Fever. I don't think the Fever. Reading up, I'm just going to look at the chat. I don't think the Fever.
Okay.
Would be a good.
You don't think Natasha Howard's good for him? Okay. Yeah. I was thinking about Ryan Howard. I'm like, wait, Atlanta. But I would move Ryan though.
I just don't know the identity in Atlanta. That's my question. I don't like they got to strip that whole roster in Atlanta. I just don't like. I just don't like none of the pieces around Ryan Howard. That's just me personally.
But is it so? You don't like any of the pieces around Ryan Howard, or should Ryan Howard be somewhere else with a fresh start?
I like Atlanta
because I actually think it's Alicia Gray's team.
Yeah, I like Ryan Howard. I like Alicia Gray. Don't get me wrong. I just don't see how those two can fit to be effective because. Well, maybe it was the head coach. Let me say that. Maybe it was the head coach that made it look so terrible. But I just didn't like the fit them two next to each other, right? And you didn't play enough through those two to win games, which blows my mind. So
Tina Charles got in the way, maybe. Tina Charles got in the way a little bit, maybe.
I actually like Tina Charles because they needed rebounding. I don't think she was the issue. I just think the flow of the offense was the issue.
Like, got it.
You don't run enough. You like why is Alicia Gray not coming off pin down screens to get down here to attack the rim? Why is Ryan Howard not really getting into the flow? Like why? Like when you see Ryan Howard play, she had that LeBron feel to you. Man, I'm finna pass the ball first quarter, pass the ball. Second quarter, I might shoot a couple shots to see if I'm hot. If I get hot, going into halftime. Third quarter, I'm gonna keep shooting, and then fourth quarter, I'm gonna disappear. She be having that LeBron effect at times, man. I'd be like. Oh, you too good.
Girl, go to work. Like, go to work. Go to work. Get to going. And that's why I say, I don't know if it's her motor. Maybe, like you said, it's coaching. So maybe we'll give Atlanta a minute. Seattle, how soon do they need? And yeah, that is all on the coach. That's what I was thinking too. But you said Seattle. There's a lot going on in Seattle. If they're going to fire the coach, do they need to go ahead and do that first before they tear everybody down? Or do they need to just get rid of what they're getting rid of and just start with a blank canvas?
Man, listen. You got Jude Lloyd. And you wasting valuable years with Jude Lloyd. She's the last.
Does she want to stay?
She's the last. Of course, she don't want to leave. She's been there her entire career.
But she was the one that was getting bullied, though, right? The investigation is about her getting bullied.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
And then her mom said some stuff too. I heard.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe it's time for Jewel to get a hope. I was just hoping for Jewel at the Sky or the Aces just for no reason because I like her play. But
trust me,
with all of that going on.
I would love for Drew to leave. Go ahead, finish your question. Sorry.
No, but you were saying you were saying that you think she stays there, and I was just gonna say like with everything going there is the best thing to get rid of the coach, tear it down, start over, and I had Jewel Lloyd exiting because with the investigation. So,
one of two things is gonna happen: either Drew Lloyd gonna get traded or the head coach gonna get fired. One of the two things is gonna happen. I don't think both of them gonna be there. One of them two things is gonna happen. Okay. So if they ride with the coach, that means Drew Lloyd finna get traded. It's just a matter of who's gonna come trade for Drew Lloyd, and what you gonna give up to get Drew Lloyd.
What do you think you would have to give up to get Drew Lloyd?
In her age of her career, she still holds value though, because she's a deadly shooter, right? And she can get it going. I just don't. It all about what team is trying to go get her, because I would have to see where if you name a team, I can say, all right, I'm giving up this.
Is she worth the 5th pick in the draft?
Yeah.
So the Valks should just get that up easy for Jewel Lloyd in they cap.
Okay. Yeah, she comes to a franchise player because guess what? That 5th pick ain't gonna be a franchise player. I can tell you that right now. You gonna have to wait. You gonna have to wait for that
coming out at 5 right now, y'all.
You looking at If Lauren Betts was coming out, it'd be a Lauren Betts in that situation, but it ain't. Lauren Betts ain't coming out. But if she was, it'd be the Lauren Betts.
If 5, okay,
If
interesting. All right,
that's if she was coming out, but she's not coming out because she wants to play with her younger sister.
she gonna play with baby Betts. Yeah,
Yeah, she ain't coming out.
okay,
But if she was to come out, she'd be the 5th pick.
okay. Wow, okay. Now they saying Jewel Lloyd is toxic. She literally was missing shots on purpose because she had beef with her coach. That's weird. If that is the case, that is weird. And if that is the case, I would want to get out of Seattle.
That's just. I'm trying to get the season over with because I hate this coach and I hope she get fired.
I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna help her get fired. Y'all see what I'm out here doing? Y'all see what I'm out here doing? Y'all ain't signed that slip yet. Okay, goodness. All right. Well, if it was beef like that, then you know, it is. As an organization, who do you go with the talent that's coming out with what you saw happen there? And y'all kind of clunky, but can still figure it out. Who side? What side do you lean into? Jewel Lloyd or the coach?
Yeah. But you could tell though it was something going on with the coach anyway, because it's like, all right, you got Jordan Horston, you're not playing her. Then you go get Gabby Williams, and then you don't know what to do with her. And it's like, what are we doing? And then you went and got dang, what's her name? Paul Ford.
NECA.
You went and got NECA, and then you don't even equate her into the offense. Like you get all your shots off rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? You got a defensive center that can go get rebounds and can score offensively, but you won't build her confidence to tell her to man shoot the ball. Like their starting 5 could have went out and upset somebody in the playoffs, but because of the head coach and the way she was coaching them, they didn't want to play for her. And you could tell they didn't want to play for her. And they had a solid bench. They had a decent point guard that can disrupt games. They can get them into the flow right off the bench. You had Skylar Diggins at the point. So when Skylar got out of control, you could take her out. They had an overseas point guard that can come in, that can control the game, that was playing very well. You had Jordan Horston to come in. So if anybody got in foul trouble, whether it's NECA, whether it's Gabby, you got somebody that you can get more athletic on the wing. Like, you had the pieces. You just fumbled the bag. It's just that simple.
Seattle might as well hire you as HR because they're going to need the explanation for why she got fired. You just named off every reason because you didn't do this, and this. So it sounds like a coaching change is a coming. It sounds like a coaching change is a coming.
When you really look at Seattle, their starting lineup can produce you 75 points. 75.
Oh, yeah.
But the crazy part about they weren't even getting to 75. Some of these guys, they wouldn't even get to 75. And their starting lineup can produce 75 points by themselves. And I could break it down, right? Scott Dix can get you 18. Lowe can get you, Drew can get you 25. Gabby can get you a solid 12. NECA can get you a solid 18 to 20. Do I need to go to the center? That she can get you at least a double-double and get you 12?
Oh, listen. I mean, you had NECA Skyler. You had NECA and Skyler to put with Jewel, so you should have been able to do something with that first. But to me, they never had an identity, and it became in the fourth quarter. Whose shot is it? They don't know. And then you start horsing, and then you didn't even give her long enough to even send a text to tell her people she was starting. But y'all took her out the lineup and forgot about her. It was just a real nasty work going on in Seattle.
Man, listen, there is nothing you can tell me who getting a last shot, bro. This is Drew Lloyd. What are we talking about?
Well, that should have been made clear. I don't think it was made clear to the rest of the team.
Why do we got to make that clear?
Because it wasn't made clear when they brought him in. That was the problem. People came in thinking that they had a chance at having to beat their team, having them be the face of the team. Skyler didn't come there to sit behind to not be a face of that team. NECA didn't come there to not be a face of that team. At least I don't think so.
See, NECA, I don't have a problem with NECA because NECA always wanted to be a role player. She never wants to be the star. So you can't get mad at her. I can get mad at Skyler because Skyler, you doing some mad flagrant stuff right now. Like, not passing you the ball in open court to get transition shots because you want to pound the ball 30 million times and get us a turnover or get us a shot clock violation because you don't want to pass the ball. I could blame it on Skyler. But come on, dog. You know this Drew Lloyd team. Drew Lloyd's been the face of that program for a while. Even when Stuberry was there, even when Stewie was there, she was the one that was getting shots. And everybody played off of her. Come on, man.
Well, and then everybody knew they left the key. They left the keys with her when Stewie left out. She gave Drew all the keys. Here's all the keys we had.
Yeah.
This all you now. Hand them all how you want to. So they didn't give her that. Oh, you said so you want Seattle to win on the road against the Aces? That's a big ask. Not necessarily the Aces, just in general for how I think their season went. They didn't necessarily have to be paired against the Aces in the playoffs. But they definitely should have been able to spoil somebody's party for me. I think so with the talent that they had there.
To be honest with you, they could have upset the Aces on the road. It wasn't no tough ass. Just pay attention to this. What did the Aces struggle at all season? At the 4. Who's at the 4 for Seattle? NECA. Make it make sense.
NECA always plays Asia tough. But what happens with NECA is at the 4, and the reason she can't exploit us at the 4 because she's working so hard on Asia's butt on the other side of the court. To me, she never got a chance to go off. That's what I see when she's out.
Here's my thing: this bad coaching because she don't even have to guard her. You got Izzy, you got Russell. That's all you need. Put them on Asia. NECA's at the 4. She's got the mismatch. She can go average 25 on whoever 4 is for the Aces. You talk about the 3. You got Jackie Young versus Gabby, and then when Gabby comes out, you got Horston. Think about that, right? You got
either one of them you put on Asia, she cooking them. No, that's barbecue chicken for Asia.
Hey, listen, go ahead, get your 25, get your 35. Guess what? You ain't getting nothing from that 4 spot. So
hey, listen. If that's the attitude, you gonna let Asia go off and shut everything else down? I understand that. I'm one for those too. I don't know if you can do it though with them.
But I'm gonna break it down to you, right? You let Asia go off, right? At your 4 spot, you ain't got nothing there. I don't care who you put at the 4 spot. It ain't no scoring, nothing. So that's how the picture, right? Now you talk about the 3 spot where you got Jackie Young get. You got Gabby, you got Jordan Horston there, right? You got 2 lone defenders. Okay, cool. Get to the 2. You got Jordan Horston. You got Drew Lloyd versus Plum, right? If I'm smart, guess what? I'm putting a lone defender on Plum because Plum hates lone defenders. Jackie Young, they don't even run enough offense for Jackie Young. So you can actually put Drew Lloyd on Jackie Young and save her legs. Now you want to get to the point guards. You got Skylar Diggins and you got the overseas point guard for the point guard when you look at it. But the point guard, she wasn't even scoring because she wasn't even healthy enough.
And I don't know what was wrong with Jackie either though. Jackie started off on the heater like she should have been on on the MVP conversation. Based on her numbers, the way she started the season, but then it just fell off. I don't know. She got sick and then she never came back. I don't know. She never turned back into JO for me, to me.
But she was hurt. That was the thing about it. The Aces was hurt last year. That's what really hurt them in the situation. And then they never went and acquired a 4 because they put everything that Candace Parker was going to play at the 4 last year. And if Candace Parker played, it's all week bets off. They in the finals, bets off. But because Candace Parker didn't play, that's what they was betting on. But Jackie Young was hurt.
But Ace is at the 4. Ace is at the 4 and Stokes is at the 5, right?
Man, Stokes, come on, man. We can't. Yeah.
Look, you ain't got to tell me about Stokes. I'm just because that's Candace Parker right there. Candace would have been at that 5 spot probably if they probably would have ran them on the floor together. Is what I was getting to. But I don't know. Seattle beat them on the road. It's a tough ass. It's a tough ass to me.
You put Candace back on the Aces. That's like the Golden State Warriors. What are you gonna guard? Because everybody can pass you the dribble, and it don't matter who get the ball off the rim. We out. Run. That's what helped them win the championship. And so when you come back from last year, the Aces just didn't have nobody at the 4 that can help them do anything. They got no production from the 4. If you want to put them at the 5, they didn't get no production. If you put Asia Wilson at the 4, they just get no production.
You get no production at the 5.
So you put everything on Asia Wilson. And so what happened when they got to the playoffs? Cool. Let Asia Wilson score all the points she want, get all the rebounds she want. If I shut down everything else, it ain't gonna matter. Because guess what? Plum ain't scoring. Jackie Young, she's hurt. She can't go score. Are we good?
I would have to agree. We didn't get nothing out the 5. We got nothing out of the 5, and we did not have a lot of help.
Trust me, I love the Aces.
Agree.
I love the Aces. I love watching their basketball. I love watching. It just looked demoralizing because I'm like, bro, come on. You can't tell me y'all couldn't go get nobody at the 4. Nobody wanted to come play. Come on, dog. I ain't buying this one.
Well, even if you didn't get nobody at the 4, you could have put somebody. My thing was you put somebody at the 5. Jessica Carter, she came to Las Vegas. Did we ever see her in a uniform? Put her out there. She could have been no worse. My thing was she could have been no worse than Stokes and Gustafson.
But see, I think they use Gustafsson wrong.
She talk to me about it because who she was in Paris, it was like she left her game overseas or something. I didn't understand her at all. I was very disappointed in Megan this year. Bro, she didn't produce from the 5 at all.
I thought she was gonna bring more to the table, but also what was they asking her to do was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't asking her to really play her game.
Everybody kept saying, "Auntie, she got an offensive bag." Well, show it to me. Show it to me.
They didn't let her. Like she can go back. She can go down on the block. She got a little couple post moves. You know, she can score from east side. You know, right hook, left hook. She can score. She can score from the 3. But they wouldn't ask her to do that. They want her to be, man, you come out here and set screens, and you come out here and rebound, and don't do nothing else. And that's what they was asking. So that's what she gave.
I got that. James of Flatbush, great. I'm glad you reminded me about Elizabeth Kitley. So now we get Kitley at the 5. I hope that she's healthy at the beginning of the season. How do the Aces look with Kitley at the 5? Do you like that, or do you think she should come off the bench? What do you think? Healthy Kitley.
It's gonna be, man. I gotta see it. I gotta see it to believe it. But what I will say is though, the Aces gonna make an upgrade somewhere this offseason. They ain't gonna go out like they did last year.
Well, I hope we get started soon. Because have we filled our other assistant coach spot, and then have we got a general manager? Is Becky gonna be the general manager? What are we doing?
We haven't filled the other assistant spot, but see, I don't ever worry about things like that because that stuff plays itself out. And the GM, I mean, do we really need a GM? Man, let the head coach be the GM for right now. It don't even matter. We still got to January 21st. That's when it matters. As long as
that's when you think it matters the most. Even with this year, with the expansion draft, with this weird year, 1-year deals, you don't think it's important to have the head coach and the general manager in there, or knowing that it's Becky, it's sustainable and solid enough?
I trust Becky more than I would trust a GM coming in to do something crazy. Give me Becky, because one thing I know about the situation is Becky ain't finna pick nobody that ain't finna play for her in her system. And what she got stuck with was the GM that was making decisions was putting players on the team that shouldn't even be on the goddamn team. They was just filling the spot just to say they filled the spot so they wouldn't get fined from the league. That's what that was about.
Okay, and I'm not gonna ask you to name no names, but I am gonna ask you about Kirsten Bell. Used wrong, shouldn't have been on the team. What do you think? Which way you lean there?
They should have been playing her ass at the 4. That's how I look at it. They should have been playing her at the 4 because she's a hustle player. She's an energy player, right? And when you look at the Aces, you didn't see a lot of energy, effort plays being made. Sometimes you seen it from Clark. Sometimes you didn't. Sometimes you put in Sid for no reason to create some energy plays.
Sid, yeah, that's why she was in there.
Sid is a practice player. Come on, dog. She's a practice player. Like, I just call it what it is. She's a practice player that brings energy to practice for y'all to get up tempo. That's all she is. Leave it at that. Like, Kirsten Bell could have helped you because she has size. She could play. But if you ain't gonna let her play,
at least Sid is a veteran.
But I'll give her this. I will say this.
1 second, I'm sorry.
The only thing I said with Kirsten Bell was she wasn't healthy at the beginning of the season. That's the real problem that happened with her. She wasn't healthy at the beginning of the season, so it translated to her not being able to play throughout the season because she wasn't healthy at the beginning of the season. So I give her that.
Okay. It was a health issue. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know we weren't even supposed to be talking to the WNBA. We got a few minutes left. We don't got to talk about the games going back. We got TCU and Duke coming up for South Carolina. Let me get your thoughts on that before we get ready to get out of here.
It's gonna be an interesting game, but I think South Carolina gets on the right page. I got to win by 12. I just knew that the last game, and I told you it was gonna be 15, 20 plus, and everybody looking at me crazy like it ain't gonna be like that. Game? That Purdue game and that Iowa State game, I played. I knew what it was gonna be. So moving forward, Don's got, but they got that wake up call, right? That wake up
Oh yeah.
call, they got it. So now it was like, hey, it's on. We gotta start a new streak. So now we finna just go take it out on everybody. Cause now you didn't woke up. You hit the button, you pressed it, you didn't woke us up. Now it's go time. So we finna go show you. So they good now. They good for sure. It's gonna be a good matchup against Duke, but ultimately I got them winning by 12 plus against Duke. They on a mission right now. They have to
Well,
prove
yeah,
something.
I agree. I agree. Especially because we catching Duke at home and we ain't been home in a while. We just got rings. The rings are beautiful. We gonna have the championship rings boost, and then those players that didn't get a ring, them three that was sitting at the table looking at the box, they can't wait to get back out there and play. That's
Yeah.
how I think. That's how I think they feel. You see that and you like, oh, I want that. We gonna get some of them. So for me, they're ready to play. I know people are like Duke. Fournier, she coming to. I
I
think they said Duncan CLA. She'll get a
I
hard foul
listen.
first.
All I want from South Carolina is to go full court press. I don't care about nothing else. Just go full court press.
The defense.
Just get out. Yeah, on defense. Just get our legs underneath us to get us going. That's all I care about. Nothing else.
It
Listen.
starts everything off.
Just look at how different the team gets when they start playing. When they start pressing. When they start going full court. Even if it's token, right? Token man, we gonna let you catch the ball. We gonna make you work a little bit. We gonna turn you. When they start to press, that team looks completely different. It's just the flow of the game just looks better for South Carolina.
Okay, I like that. I like that. And then, of course, the TCU matchup.
Woo! I can't wait for that one.
The TCU matchup.
I can't wait for that one.
Why are you excited for that one? What is it? What you can't wait for? And then what do you
You
think
know
about?
what
What do
I'm
you think of
excited
that one?
for.
You talking about that? You talking about that big in the middle?
I ain't talking about her. I want to see. I want to see what Haley does, man. That's what I'm more interested to see. What
Okay,
Haley
wait.
does.
You interested? Are you okay? And now, are you? I gotta ask this: are you more interested in what Haley does with us, or what Haley does against Hannah? Because Haley got to see Hannah before she see us, right?
Right.
TCU can already play Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So,
That's
what's more
tonight or
intriguing?
tomorrow.
Thursday night. Thursday night.
Thursday. Yeah. I know I got that game marked down on my calendar. So I'm trying. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be glued into that game. Like, hey, it's up. Let's see what we talk about.
It's up. I'm
Yeah.
going Hannah in the matchup. I'm taking Hannah in the matchup. I got to take Hannah in the matchup.
I think Hannah's gonna get Haley. I think it's a better matchup for TCU versus Notre Dame than it is TCU versus South Carolina. I'm interested
I
to
would agree.
see. I'm interested to see what the game plan is against Haley when South Carolina plays them. That's the matchup I'm most interested to see.
What
Because
would be your approach?
I mean, if I got to look at it, I think Don Staley goes and tries to take out the big more than she worry about Haley. So you're gonna probably see Raven on Haley. That's probably what you're gonna see. And do they full court press Haley to wear her down throughout the game, or do they allow her to get some momentum? Because I think if you allow Haley to get some momentum, she might try to get y'all in foul trouble. That's what I see. But I'm still going South Carolina, regardless of the fact I'm still going South Carolina. I'm not going against that. I'm going South Carolina in the matchup. But that's why I said it intrigues me to see what TCU does against South Carolina. That intrigues me. But when you look at the TCU versus Notre Dame, that's going to be more of an open court game.
And do I got that wrong? Is it Texas versus Notre Dame? Am I getting ahead of myself? Notre Dame and TCU? Y'all tell me if I am, because it might be. Is it Hannah versus Rory? It might be. I might got it backwards. I want to see everybody versus HVL right now. But I like your take on how we approach HVL. I like, but I think that we are. Thank y'all. Fix it. Fix me. Get me right. That's right. Notre Dame. Hannah already lost to her. Now she got to prove it against Rory. Late Raven on HVL. I think that worked for us. I don't think we changed that.
Yeah,
I don't think we changed that. And I think we can still take the big out and deal with HVL. So it's who's the third one?
Here's the biggest difference, though. I'll say with what TCU actually gonna use some pick and rolls with Haley and try to get downhill versus like UCLA didn't do that. UCLA was just like, hey, Lord, just go post up. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we need you to run rim to rim and go post up. So now is when I look at TCU, is do they take that action from what UCLA tried to use against South Carolina and run the big rim to rim, or do they stick with coming off the pick and roll? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So that's what's going to be the interesting key. But if to me, if I'm done, I'm just keeping length on Haley all game long. Like if once Raven come off, I'm putting Bree on her. When Bree come off, I'm keeping some type of lone defender on Haley because she
But
struggles against lone defenders.
you could, Maddie is gonna be out there too. Maddie Mouse is gonna get out there too. I like potentially seeing Maddie have to switch off and guard HBO as well.
Well, see, Maddie gonna get underneath her. Maddie gonna get underneath her, and she's gonna cause her to make a couple turnovers. So we good with that.
You might lead. You might. I mean, you might want to prefer Maddie in some cases. I mean, Raven, I think is gonna get under her too and turn her over.
But see, Raven's just long, so Raven's gonna deflect a lot of passes. Where Maddie is gonna get underneath her, that's gonna cause turnovers. That's the difference, because Raven can back up off you, but her long arms can affect your passing abilities. Whereas Maddie, she can get underneath you and she can cause you to shorten up your dribbles because she's a little bit quick twitch player that she can cause you to have turnovers. This point, you trying to, oh man, I got to do this. I'm trying to do it. With Raven's just trying to cause enough token pressure just to get you to do one thing or the other to help her teammates out. That's what that's more of about.
Okay. Yeah, TCU faces South Carolina on Sunday. Can TCU win a slow-paced game against South Carolina, or does TCU need to speed it up?
If TCU plays it smart, they would try to play the game in transition. And the reason why I'm saying they want to play the game in transition is because it's going to give them more opportunities to go score against South Carolina and be able to shoot threes. If they go to the half-court game, South Carolina wins this game by 30.
Okay. And I see you saying that the big from TCU is going to decide the game for them. If she struggles, you think the Gamecocks kill them. Let's see, will not let it be a slow pace. We're going to try that transition too.
I want South Carolina to pick up full court against Haley. Like, just pick them up full court from out the gate. Don't even wait till the second quarter. Get out the gate and come and let's go get them, right? And let's get a foundation. Let's get our feet underneath us. Let's get energy going. So when that next wave of players come in, we good. Like TCU playing in a slow game and they got to think and they got to process who they want to pass to. You're gonna see a lot of steals, a lot of fast breaks by South Carolina, and they win by 30. So that's what I'm saying. For TCU to have any chance, they want to play this game at up pace. So they kind of hoping that South Carolina presses them. But if I'm South Carolina, I'm just playing a token press or 2-2-1 just to get their feet going, just to get the body movement, just to create some energy.
Okay. And on the flip side, if you the TCU coach, who are you game planning for from the Gamecocks? Who is it that you're gonna stop?
I mean, out the gate starting lineup, you're going for pow. I mean, that's just simple as that. I mean, Don is not going to change the starting lineup unless somebody get hurt or something happens off the court, discipline, action. So she's going to keep the same starting lineup. So that means the first person out the gate, you're going out to pow, right? That's the game plan. You're going to go under on Raven. That's everybody's game plan because Raven ain't going to shoot the ball. So you stay underneath. I wouldn't even play Raven above the 3-point line. If I'm anybody, I would clog up the lane where just take away her driving lanes, right? You can literally just face guard pow and just make her do something, right, to create some energy from her. But the problem is when you do something like that, you got to have the depth pieces to bring in if you're going to face guard her until somebody else comes in. So now that puts action for Bree to do things off the dribble or shoot the three, things like that. We're still trying to figure out the 4 and the 5, what they want to do. But the good thing is you don't face enough teams that has the size to compete with South Carolina in the post area. So you should have an advantage. But, yeah, I would take out Pow. And then when y'all go to the bench, if South Carolina just goes ahead and goes with Tessa, Pow, and Fuwali, hey, you just got to play everything straight up then because – you in a dangerous situation.
Straight up is nasty work. Trying to deal with them.
you gonna have to play everything straight up. I mean, it's slice and dice what you want, how you want it. But unless he played them 3 guards together, which I'm still waiting for her to do, you know, game plans to take out Powell, and then when Lay come in, I'm attacking Lay, and you kind of live and die with Tessa. You kind of live and die with her.
What do you do with Joyce?
Joyce she ain't really comfortable enough yet. When you get to she's getting there, but she ain't like this is the perfect time to play South Carolina. If you want to play South Carolina and beat them, this is the perfect time because a month from now, the confidence that Joyce gonna have is gonna be a different story. Because
you think it's gonna take him another month? Interesting. Okay.
No, it's gonna take him another month because you got to think about it like this. You're getting ready to go into conference play at the end of this month, right? Mm-hmm. So the way teams attack you in non-conference ain't gonna be the same way these teams attack you in conference.
Oh yeah, no.
So the games,
conference stay the same.
The games is gonna be more physical in conference than they is non-conference. So there's gonna be another layer of adjustments when you get to conference, and that's the reason why I'm saying I give this team another month for like the bigs to really figure out, all right, this is how we gonna play, because they're gonna have to make adjustments once they get to conference, right? Because then you end up playing the Texas of the worlds. You have LSU, like you're gonna have some different matchups where it's gonna be like, hey, the bigs got to come to play or we lose this game. It's just that simple. Like, because you're gonna have athletes that can match up on the perimeter. Now your bigs got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which coach that wants the best chance to win takes their leading scorer out of the starting lineup? No, not Pow. I don't think we taking Pow out. That's
you don't take Pow out to start lineup. No.
What we saying is you game plan to take Pow out of the game, not out of the starting lineup. Like TCU should be thinking like, how we gonna stop Pow?
Yeah, that should be
your scout report for SC. This is why we talking to Rob. He do some basketball too. Skull Buffs. Before you get out of here, we got a couple minutes left. If we can, just thoughts on the Buffs for the rest of, for this week.
Man, we got great news coming out for the Buffs. I got another show in an hour. We're going into National Signing Day, so if y'all want to come check out the Buffs National Signing Day, what's going on with Colorado, things like that. It's information dropping every minute of the minute while I'm here. My watch ain't stopped dinging yet because so many people hit me up right now. So, we got to show in another hour. So, hey, listen, I'm going to give y'all another 15 minutes, man. We're going to rock out right here and continue to talk this basketball talk before we get into that Colorado Buffs talk. But, man, it's been a great day for Colorado so far. They're going to have a great offseason, adding a lot of players, and that team going to look better next year than what it looks right now.
Okay. You still confident Deion stays in Boulder?
Man, what? Man, we ain't even having that conversation.
You know, I'm always trying to get Deion to the NFL. I'm always trying to get into the NFL. I'm always trying to get into the NFL.
Listen, you won't be able to get me to have that conversation until it actually happens. You got to show me something. Like, Deion got to say verbatim out his mouth, hey, listen, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's how close I am to the program. He got to physically, hey, listen, dog.
Listen, dog. We headed down to wherever we headed. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you think Deion is stuck in Boulder as Don is stuck in Columbia? All right.
Listen. Deion had already put the kickstand down and kicked his feet us, man. He chilling, man. Listen.
I put the kickstand down.
Yeah, he got the kickstand down. Anytime you put that kickstand down, he be chilling. But you got to think about it like this: where is he gonna be able to go? Where he's gonna be able to do whatever he wants. Like he literally doesn't have to report to nobody. Like he's cool with AD. You know what I'm saying?
I gave him 2 spots. The Cowboys, after they sell to the Saudis, they give him the keys to the castle. Or the Raiders. Las Vegas is prime for prime time. Listen, dog. I'm saying it's prime in Vegas. Are you not entertained?
Nah, dog.
It's prime in Vegas. Come on. I've been trying to sell it all season, y'all.
I'll say this to y'all. If prime was going somewhere, we don't get a 5-star quarterback. That's the easy way I can sell it to you.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. Yeah, he would have to make sure that kid had
Yeah,
someplace else to go, or it was something really coming in behind him. Now,
yeah,
he's not gonna leave no kids hanging. I will say that.
yeah. That's
He
hard to
he
say to
won't
me.
he won't leave no kids hanging. I will say that. I mean, even you look around, and even the stuff that he do, walking the kid out, and I just saw the thing about at the last minute, Jimmy asked like, "Will you walk with me?" Like, hey man, what do you even walk? What are you even asking for? We need to be walking. You know what I mean? Like, just beautiful what he's doing up there. Wishing him the best for the rest of the season. Uh, but yeah, okay. We talking a little bit more basketball. Got a few more minutes with you. So as we look at the other games that are out, UCLA. How long you got them staying at number one till when?
Honestly, man, they could be there for a while. Um, when you look at the Big Ten, the only way you're gonna be the only way you're gonna beat UCLA is you just gonna have to outshoot them right now. I don't think there's a team in the Big Ten that can knock them off.
Okay.
And but that's also with them being healthy. They have to stay healthy. Now they get some injuries, anything is possible. I just don't think that nobody in the Big Ten has enough presence to beat them. Even with them playing Juju, Juju's gonna have to go for 45 to beat them. 45.
She it's possible she put people on notice last night, didn't she? Y'all say
I'm
Juju
not.
don't shoot the
Listen.
three.
I know Juju can score 40. What I'm saying is she's gonna have to score 45 to 50 to beat UCLA because USC doesn't have a big that can control Lauren, and she'll get Kiki in foul trouble. And they both went to Stanford together, so she's already seen that. So she
Mm-hmm.
knows what's gonna happen. But UCLA does have a four that's they got multitude of fours. They can do a little bit of everything, right? They can shoot,
Mm-hmm.
they can rim run, they can pass, they can be a playmaker. Like they got some action at the four, right? Kiki's still getting like recovering off an injury, but still starting to play better. So they got a leader that can go score at will, that can get you 20, 30 at any point. Um, they got a true freshman point guard from overseas that ain't really a true freshman because she's been playing professional basketball for forever. So I mean, it's you're gonna have to really catch them on an off night, and you're gonna have to shoot the leather out the basketball. That's pretty much when you look at UCLA and you look at the conference they're in with the Big Ten. It's gonna be hard to beat them. And non-conference wise, they don't really have anybody that I can see that's gonna bring some smoke to them that's gonna challenge them. So it's got to go to conference play. And
Right.
so when you look at conference play, you got Ohio State there. I don't think Ohio State has the horses. You
Oh,
got
that's
you,
my team. That's my
yeah,
team. I'm pulling for them.
yeah. You got USC. They just don't got enough talent. Even though they had the number one recruiting class, they got a bunch of guards. They don't got no bigs. That's their problem. So who else do they play?
We gonna find out. I like Ohio State. I like what the freshmen is doing there, especially with Cody out. Uh, I think that's Petty over there too, kind of coming along. Cody gets back. I think they look even stronger. I like them. Um, I
Who's
don't
number
know if
two?
UCLA number two is UConn. What you think about Gino and them? Gino and Grampy them.
See, Gino and them gonna have to still play some people. So here's the thing. Even if UCLA lost one or two games, that's probably about all they lose in the season. Where some of these other teams gonna lose about 3, 4. Gino and them is gonna lose about 4 games this season.
You think so? Mm.
Yeah, I think
Well,
they
they
lose
must
about
gonna
three
lose
or
them.
four games.
They must gonna lose them coming up this year in these next couple of weeks because once the conference start and they gonna get that loss in February, but once conference play start, they should cruise through the Big East, right? Right.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, they gonna
this
cruise through them. I'm not worried about them.
okay,
I'm talking about non-conference because they
okay.
got. I'm
They
trying
can
to
already
think
play
who else.
Louisville. Uh,
I'm trying to think who else they got in their non-conference because they gonna lose to South Carolina. I got
they got to
2 minutes
play
to let me
Notre
know.
Dame. They got to play Notre Dame. They got to play Louisville. Uh, y'all tell me who else they got to play.
So just say between those 3 games, right? They're gonna lose 2 of those 3 games right there.
Okay. So
So
then after UConn is South Carolina at 3, Texas at 4, LSU at 5.
I don't know why they got Texas. Man, Texas ain't proved nothing to me. Why? Like they haven't shown me nothing to be ranked number 3
What they 4? But I'm just saying,
or
still,
4, wherever
who are
they at.
you?
They just
Who
haven't
are
shown
you?
me to be a top 5 team.
I agree with that. Is LSU a 5? Is LSU a top 5 team to you?
They've had their moments where they're like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, hey, if they
Mm-hmm.
turn the heat up, they can really be that. But then they also have moments where they playing down the competition. So they LSU, I'm gonna ride with LSU just because I'm riding with Big Four. Like I'm riding
Oh
with
yeah,
Big
you
Four
got to the wheels fall off.
till the wheel fall off of me. You know what I'm saying? So and they got quality bigs. They can cause problems. I like they freshman guards. I like they guard play. That's where for me that guard play they got some dogs at the guard spot. So I could say they're a top 5 team because to me when all this boils down to when you get to March it comes down to guard play. I don't give a damn how much of a big you got. It comes down to guard play. And if you got good guard play, you can get to the championship game. If you don't got
We're gonna
good guard
find out.
play,
They
you're
deep at
not
the
gonna make
guard.
it.
They deep at the guard. And I like Kalen Gilbert too. I think that's a great spark for them off the bench. But you think UCLA could beat SC twice? University of Southern California twice this year?
Yeah.
No. What's up, Jeffrey? Yeah, we
I
actually
truly
Jeffrey,
do.
we talked about WNBA coach at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. we've been talking about it. Yeah. But no, I truly I think they can just because I don't like the matchup for USC. I love
Okay.
Juju. I love Juju. I listen. I will put my money on Juju all day long, but it's the other pieces around Juju. What can they bring to the table that they can help them? They can help Juju. That's the question.
Did the portal players pick wrong? Did they bring the wrong portal pieces? TiVo.
I like Kiki, but I just feel like they didn't go get like that pure pure dominant big. But there, to be honest with you, there's not a pure. Well, no, I can't say that because there was some bigs in the portal. They just didn't go get them. I can't say that because it was some bigs out there they could have went and got. They just didn't do it.
They didn't sell it.
Hey, listen. I promise you, if you would have said something to Reagan Beard,
it would have been no thing, huh?
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been no thing. They didn't even pick up the phone. Sometimes you scare yourself out the phone call, don't you? Like she wouldn't be interested. You doubt that girl waiting on your phone call. If she gonna answer so quick. Hey, hello, I'm ready. She was ready. Okay, that's a surprise.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you would have picked up the phone and called Reagan Beard, she probably would have had it. Because listen, you put a Reagan Beards with a Kiki and a Juju, you working with something. I don't give a damn who the other 2 players is. You working with something. Okay. Because guess what? You can match with any big on the floor. I don't give a damn if you got Lauren. Like Reagan Beard used to beat the crap out of Lauren in high school, even if with her being a number 1 player. I know this. So trust me. I've been there. I've been there at them games.
We go. It's gonna be fun to see.
Yeah. So, and then go ahead.
Okay, no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I said, and then when you got Kiki, she can match any 4 for UCLA, and then now they got a real problem is who gonna guard Juju. But it's easy to guard USC right now because all they got. You look at Juju and you look at Kiki. That's really pretty much all you got. Kennedy she got hurt, but she'll be fine. She'll be back. But they only got 2 players to worry about. Now next year, USC gonna be a problem.
We shall see. We shall see. So we still got a few minutes for the next 10 teams. Tell me if you buying or selling them, going deep in the tourney.
Okay.
So we'll go number 6, USC. Deep in the tourney is like elite.
I got them elite 8 Final Four. It see with them it depends on matchups. If they stay on the opposite side of the bracket of UCLA and stay on the opposite bracket of SC, they can make it to the Final Four.
Okay. Maryland
elite 8.
Duke.
Sweet 16.
TCU.
Sweet 16.
Notre Dame.
I got them elite 8.
Okay. You was going to say something about TCU though?
Matchups. Who the matchups are with them? Because I'm gonna give credit to Oklahoma. I know Oklahoma ain't in the top 10. I don't believe, but I'm gonna give.
They're not, but they the next one I was going to ask you about.
Yeah, they can upset somebody to make it to the Elite 8 Final Four if they get in the right bracket.
Ohio State,
I got them right now. Looking at them right now, I got them Elite 8.
Okay. Kansas State,
Sweet 16.
Kentucky.
Sweet 16. And I like this Kentucky team. Kentucky looks a lot better
They
this year than
long.
but there's also got to give credit to their head coach because they do got a new head coach. They came from West Virginia and he know how to coach some basketball. So I can literally see them making it to the Elite Eight, Final Four, depending on matchups in brackets. With
Oh
them,
yeah, they
they got
length is a problem.
opportunities. Yeah,
Yeah, they length is a problem. It could be a problem. West Virginia at 15.
West Virginia, that's Sweet 16.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's
And last thing before we get out of here, what is your assessment on Deja Kelly? Has she been able to put the stock, get her draft stock back up with what she's doing in Oregon, or she still got work to do?
to me, honestly, I'm just not sold on her as a WNBA player. Will she get
Yeah.
drafted? Yes, she's gonna get drafted. She's gonna get
Mm,
drafted based upon the league expansion, right?
okay.
And it's all going to depend on fit of what team she goes to. But I'm just not so. It's kind of like she's in the same boat to me with like Hailey Van Lith. Like I put them two in the same boat,
Mm,
right? They gonna make it to the league just because of the expansion of the league, but they're not really. I'm not really sold on them because I know in 2 or 3 years what the guard's gonna look like in 2 or 3 years. It's gonna be a problem.
all right.
So I'm just not sold on it.
Okay. Yeah. No, I said the same. Not, I said the same thing. Not so. Gonna have to prove it. We gonna see. Kentucky short bench is only getting them to the Sweet 16. Okay. I think they bench it. They bench it short. All right. All right.
But all right, so
Deja
listen,
Kelly not sold on her.
listen. I listen. I can go with that for Kentucky, right? But I just think truly when it comes down to it, their starters can play longer in a basketball game, and the bench might not matter depending on matchups.
Okay. I mean, this is why we watch. This is why we watch.
Because
On
you
the
got
way out the door.
this. Because this is what people got to realize. Once you get to the tournament,
Mm-hmm.
you only playing 8 players or less. You're not playing more than 8 players. So right now, you're just trying to find who is 6, 7, 8. Once you get into the end, once you get to the middle of February and on, you're only playing a maximum 8 players. The only way you get to 9th or 10th is you're in a blowout situation or somebody in foul trouble. But other than that, you going is 1 through 8. So the
Yeah,
bench
I
ain't
think
gonna
South
even matter.
Carolina and UConn both gonna go deeper than 8. I think they both go float somewhere around 9, 10. Gino and Dawn.
Listen, I'm gonna give you the teams, right? UConn, LSU, South Carolina, Texas, I ain't even gotta say UCLA because they already playing 8 right now. So you ain't gotta say UCLA. When you look at USC, they only gonna go to 8. But there's only a couple teams that's gonna play above 8 players. But majority of the teams, I'm gonna say 85 to 95% of the teams when you get to the middle of February on, only gonna play 8 players. That's just how it goes.
Got it. All right, we're gonna see. On the way out the door, Oklahoma, Louisville. Who you got today?
I'm rolling with Oklahoma. I like this Louisville team, but I'm rolling with Oklahoma.
Okay. Florida State, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Do you like Florida State at all? Like, because I know they got Timmons and they got Latson
I'm
over there.
still on the fence with them. Still on the
Okay.
fence.
Okay.
They got to
All
they got to
right.
show me a little bit more, but they're solid.
Okay. Okay. And TCU versus Florida Atlantic. I think that's a snoozer probably right there. And Oregon, Washington State. Them was the big ones. I think that's a snoozer too. So
Yeah.
that was all. That was all I had. I think we getting you out of here on time too. Anything before we get ready to close? Y'all make sure y'all are following Rob the Man Media. He gonna be live in just about an hour, a little bit less than an hour with signing day for the Scope Buffs. Make sure we get over there and support. Rob,
I,
anything before we get out of here?
no, man, we just appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to both channels. And hey, we finna go up another level. About 45 minutes. We're gonna have our Buffs signing day show. We're gonna be going through all the signees for Colorado, and any surprises that might happen. There's still an announcement to be made for a player that might be possibly committed to the University of Colorado. So y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all come check us out. What we got? My brother, Coach Dre, will be on there with me. So if y'all ain't never seen the show, man, come check us out on the ones and twos. We here every Wednesday, Hot Take Wednesday. Y'all don't know what we gonna talk about when it comes to Wednesday, because we gonna be in this thing. If it come out hot, just like we got hit with some news right before we started, we gonna talk about it.
We gonna talk about it. Exactly. Appreciate you.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. If y'all got anything that y'all want us to talk about, make sure y'all leave a comment under the video so we know what's up. Hit us up, man. We ain't afraid to talk about nothing on here. It's Hot Take Wednesday, man. We enjoy y'all
talking about it.
Pulling up on us.
Absolutely. We talking about it. And with that, y'all, until next time, y'all know what it is. Stay tuned. Talk soon. We gone.